Don't be scared.
Dick, what happened down there? I gotta find what we're looking for.
It started to glow. Maybe we can use it.
Don't be scared.
That kitty killer's still out there.
I know where he's hiding.
Let me in.
This thing could see inside my head.
Let me in. Don't be scared.
Keep away from me.
Let me in. Let me in. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Let me in.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This will be my IT Welcome to Derry episode 6 trailer video. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs, WTF moments here. One of our first looks at Bill Skarsgard as Bob Gray, who was the original Pennywise the Clown before the IT entity started taking his form. So it seems like we're actually going to get a deep dive on that in this episode. This is probably the biggest justification for doing a prequel series in the first place. Like, why did he choose to become the clown form in the first place if he's a being made of light? He can become anything that he wants. Why was it a clown? The episode is titled In the Name of the Father, so based on the trailer footage and the fact that we see Bill Skarsgård in his Bob Gray form, like the actual person Bob Gray, it seems like, although it's Pennywise in a vision messing with people. We'll get to that part too. It seems like he's showing Hallorann visions of the past from the 1908 timeline and showing him some Bob Gray stuff as a sort of in to give us more of that backstory. So In the Name of the Father title implies that it's mostly about Iris's father, Bob Gray, confirming that she is the little girl, Periwinkle the Clown, who was just part of the act with her father, who was Pennywise the Dancing Clown, before the IT entity started to take his clown form. There was some other trailer footage that seems like it's connected to some of her scenes, Iris's scenes, in present day to explain the whole Periwinkle the Clown and what happened to her over all these years. Like, she and her father encountered the IT entity in Derry. Why did she survive the 1930s cycle? It even seems like during the trailer, she puts the Periwinkle the Clown outfit on, like you see her standing up with it on here. I don't think this is meant to be Pennywise. I think this is meant to be her putting the costume back on. The episode title might also be a reference to the repercussions of Hanlon's actions, almost killing his son Will, who seems like he kind of hates him now, like he's freaking out because Will also learned for the first time that his father is now connected to Pennywise, which he didn't know before. The thing that's been trying to kill them this whole time, he just happened to run into him in the sewers like, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?"
Don't be scared.
Just starting at the beginning of the trailer footage and working our way through shot by shot, talking about Easter eggs, WTF moments. So we start in this black and white vision, but you see the red balloon and some of Pennywise isn't black and white, like you see his yellow eyes during this too. My assumption here is that this is just him continuing to mess with Hallorann, giving him these visions, just because of the way they break him up across the trailer too, the actual footage of Hallorann himself, dealing with the aftermath of what just happened. Because Pennywise is a psychic entity is so much more powerful than him with his shining ability, he was able to open his psychic box that his grandmother taught him how to use to lock up all the dangerous things that he was afraid of, pretty much anything that he wanted to get rid of and didn't want bothering him anymore. Now it is all free, which is one of the reasons why he also probably saw the dead version of Polly. They've only briefly touched on this during the series, but Hallorann has a very bad relationship with his shining ability. Like, he absolutely hates it, and canonically, just in the Stephen King universe, you cannot turn off or stop the shining ability. There are a couple things you can do to dull it, like you see him with the bottle here drinking. That helps a little bit, and you can use that psychic box that his grandmother taught him about locking dangerous things up to blunt some of it. But part of what that ending scene was meant to signify with the box being open inside his mind is that it's all free. Nothing is blocked down, like he's fully experiencing everything that he didn't want to experience, that he tried to stop a long time ago. And remember that he is totally capable of experiencing all kinds of fear, and his greatest fear was his grandfather, which is why Pennywise took his form when he was trying to open the box, because he wants to consume Hallorann, and he's just messing with him here like he messes with everybody, trying to make them more afraid so that they taste sweeter. One of the other reasons why he's terrorizing Hallorann so much is because he's one of the more powerful people who potentially could use his shining ability to stop Pennywise, even though he's not powerful enough to defeat him by himself. So part of this is Pennywise just picking off his biggest competition at the moment. But it also seems like they're using the black and white motif because we're going back to the 1908 timeline for all this Bob Gray, Periwinkle the Clown, Iris backstory stuff. We get a scene of Hanlon trying to visit him to find out what happened, but he seems like he is just completely off the reservation. He's going to be a big character for the rest of the season, but it seems like for the rest of at least this particular episode, he's down for the count, like Pennywise has taken him out of the equation briefly. So messed up, all I can do now is just try to sit here and deal with it. Lily then shows the rest of the 1960s Losers Club the dagger and talks about what happened with Pennywise. Well, he came up and he almost ate me, but then it started to glow and he got really pissed off and took off as if it had something to do with stopping it. You also notice that in this shot, you can clearly see Maddie's turtle on her bracelet. There were a lot of people that wondered if the turtle charm had something to do with protecting her against Pennywise, not just the dagger. That is totally possible, but it is yet another moment of Turtle Watch 2025. Like, we see turtle references all over the place. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get some actual cosmic turtle before the end of the season. But now I'm thinking it's going to happen less and less. Like, the further along we get, the less likely it seems that we will actually see Maturin the actual cosmic turtle. Please, HBO, prove me wrong. One of the dangerous things about this, though, is that Lily is probably now going to think that the dagger will be Pennywise proof and they will be able to kill him using it, which isn't totally true because we know plot armor here. Pennywise has all the plot armor because he doesn't die till the events of the movies. There are only a couple of kids that we know about during this timeline that have to survive for plot reasons too, meaning that the body count is going to go way higher before the end of the season, and there are only a couple episodes left. Then it seems like somebody is going into Mrs. Kersh's attic where they actually explain the whole Periwinkle the Clown backstory as they actually get into the vision of Bill Skarsgard as the real Bob Gray, but it seems like part of another vision that Pennywise is giving to Hallorann. But it is depicting relatively truthful events, and it seems like what they're saying is that at some point, Bob Gray, the person, was institutionalized inside the mental hospital, Juniper Hill, which is a big connection back to Iris. Maybe that's why she started working there initially when she got older. Not totally clear why he would have gone insane back during the 928 timeline. My assumption is it had something to do with the It entity. It's his voice that says, "Don't be scared, come here." He might be talking to a young version of Iris. So some of these flashback scenes might have something to do with her experiencing memories from the past or remembering things. Then we get a couple more scenes of the Hank storyline building up to what seems like the Black Spot event, because you see all these people meeting with the police officer inside the bar, and it seems like the Legion of White Decency. Then you see them put masks on and go to the place where it seems like Hallorann's been using that hangar, and that is going to be the show's version of the Black Spot. It seems like they believe that Hank is hiding out there, and that's why they go and try to burn it down. You also have to remember that Pennywise is low-grade influencing all this too because he wants more chaos. He wants everybody to, like, this really big event that the tribe talked about, the augury, this big cycle-ending WTF event where a whole bunch of people die. You also notice that none of these people here that are going after the Black Spot and Hank, or they think they're going after Hank at the Black Spot, know about his relationship with Iris. They all still think that he killed all those kids. They cut in a couple more scenes of Hanlon arguing with his family, with Charlotte and Will, about the Pennywise entity. And there are a couple more voiceover dialogue scenes of Bill Skarsgard as the Bob Gray character saying, "Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Let me in."
Generally just seems like there are a couple more secrets, a couple more theories that they're revealing about the whole Periwinkle the Clown Iris backstory and her relationship with her father, Bob Gray, and what happened with the It entity during the 1908 cycle, that he became the Pennywise the Clown identity, that he took her father's identity. Why did he go insane in the first place? Did he wind up in Juniper Hill? Is that what's happening here? It would definitely make sense that Iris would then eventually go work there if she wanted to care for her father. Maybe he died in Juniper Hill. It just seems like Juniper Hill in general is just really important to the overall story. There are a bunch of characters that are centered there, like the Iris character, and they keep threatening to send Iris there, and they mentioned it again in this episode too, with other characters thinking that they'll be sent there as well. When the show started to tease that Iris was Mrs. Kersh and she was the little girl Periwinkle the Clown, there were a lot of theories that maybe her father, Bob Gray, made a bargain with the It entity that he could start using his form, and maybe sparing his daughter's life was part of that bargain. Because in the original It novel, the Pennywise entity, the It entity, does try to make a bargain with the Losers Club for its life when they're about to kill it. So the it entity is not above trying to make deals with other people, giving them things that it thinks that it wants. During the original novel, the bargain that it tried to make with Bill and the others was that they would let it live. Like, as long as you leave here, just leave me on my own, let me continue to survive, I'll give you all extremely long lifespans. It couldn't make them immortal, but it could give them like 200-year-long lifespans. So it's not totally out of the question that the it entity could have made a similar type of bargain with Bob Gray. Look, as long as you let me take your form here forever, I'll let your daughter live. If you look at the configuration of her Periwinkle the Clown wig here, like the 3 different tufts of hair that jut out from her skull, there are a lot of people that thought that the entity that Will saw in his telescope earlier this season was actually Mrs. Kersh in her Periwinkle the Clown outfit. I still kind of think that that was meant to be Pennywise, just taking a different form, meant to look like the photo that he actually took of him just to freak him out even more, but it is totally possible that that was Mrs. Kersh dressed up as Periwinkle the Clown outside of his house. There have been a number of misdirects this season where they tried to make you think that certain kids were still alive by not showing them during the grave scene earlier this season, like, oh, is Maddie still alive? He could be. Nope, turns out he's not. There are a couple moments in the previous trailers that made Mrs. Kersh seem like she was a little more sinister, like a little creepier, but in the recent episode, the scenes with Lily, then the scenes with Hank made it seem like she was a good character, so they're really just trying to misdirect you, confuse you, so you don't know exactly what's going on with her character in general. What is her relationship with the it entity in present day? Seems like it's going to be super, super messed up because she definitely told Lily not to go down into the sewers because she probably knew exactly what was down in those sewers. But everyone post all your reactions in the comments below, and if you spotted any other Easter eggs or references in the new trailer footage that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. What I'll do is post my full episode 6 video next week after they release it. There's also been talk of them doing season 2 and season 3 with the different cycles, like going backwards in time, 1930s for season 2 and then the 1908 cycle during season 3. So we'll probably hear more about that after the season is done. The other really big reminder is that because it's Thanksgiving week, Stranger Things season 5 episodes 1 through 4 are dropping. My video for that should post Thanksgiving morning, so be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that stuff. Everybody click here for my full Welcome to Derry episode 6 video. I'll update the link as soon as I post that, and click here for all my other Welcome to Derry episodes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.